What's good, YouTube? It's your boy OD back again from Mad Trucks. We're gonna complete that that track bar build. I decided to do a part 2. I didn't feel like finishing it that day, so we're gonna get out there today. I'm gonna show you some of the things that you need to look for to know that you need a new track bar if you've lifted your truck at all. For me, I just leveled my truck, and I think I leveled it by it was like 1 3/4 inches. And I know that sounds weird, but I like custom lifts myself because I like to get it perfect to where I want it and the look and the stance. So I'm going to show you, we're going to go on over to the truck, and I'm going to show you one of the ways you can tell if you need a new track bar. And it's kind of a good visual on how to see if your truck is sitting either to the left or to the right. And that's what the track bar it helps your truck stay centered over both of your wheels. And I will show you what that looks like. So let's get on over there and check it out. First things first, let's get to taking these wheels off. Yeah, I'm gonna show you the hardest part, or the 2 hardest parts of this job, is when you're taking your track bar off. First, let's jack this up. There's 2 bolts that are really hard to take off, and I'm gonna show you what those look like. So let's go ahead and get these wheels off. Ain't nothing special here. Okay, let me show you what we're talking about here. Let me see how I can get a better angle so you can see the distance. So, the distance between this little bump stop and your spring should be about the same on both sides. So this distance right here with my fingers doing that. Now you see how much space I got there on this side? And I'm gonna go over to the other side and show you the difference. This is the driver's side. This one's actually turned a different way. But if you look in there, you can see, I can't get my finger up in there, but it's much closer. It's almost right next to the frame rail on this side, but you can see that's much closer. See if I can get over here. Right there. And I only have 1 3/4 inches of lift, so imagine if you're doing a 2.5 inch lift, it's gonna be much further skewed. So the 2 hardest parts of this job, taking this track bar off, is right here. This is your track bar bracket. Right here, this bolt, that's a sucker to get off. And it's on there with about 400 foot-pounds of torque. And you gotta imagine, it hasn't been taken off in a while. It's got rust in it a little bit, been weathered, so that's a tough one, but I got a trick for that. I'm gonna show you later how to get that off pretty easy. And then the other tough one is at the bottom. You've gotta get that off right there. And again, it's the same situation. Where it's just on there. You got to get it off. It's tapered, so it's kind of jammed on there. I got a little puller. I don't know if it's going to work. I hope it will, but we'll see. So what we have here is a high quality set of Harbor Freight tools here. These are some huge sockets. This is a huge socket set. I think it's like 1 inch. I think that's, yeah, 1 inch. But this is 30 mil. And that's what you're gonna need to take off this guy right here. So you see I already got a little wrench stuck in there. This little breaker bar inside of here. Put the 30 mil on. Bam. That's a poor man's torque wrench right there. This will give you 400 foot-pounds. And this is just a little tubing I got from, this is like some fence tubing you can get from Home Depot. So let's give it a shot. Got a little bit of movement out of that. Let's see. Takes a little while. Sometimes I gotta make sure I'm going the right way. Don't be tightening this sucker. Lefty loosey. Righty tighty. Let's get it going. Yeah, there it goes. See if I can go down from here. Nope. Need to go. Yeah. There it is. There it is. Easy breezy. Lemon squeezy. Now hopefully the end of this track bar is gonna sit nicely or play well going into this drop bracket, because you know it is aftermarket, so the clearances may be a little bit different. Let's hope I don't struggle as much as I did in part one getting that polyurethane bushing in. We'll see. Let's do it. Had to take my safety glasses off for a minute because it was making my eyes hot. But I got impact gun. This is a 1/2 inch. This is 1 inch. So we got our nice little 1/2 inch to 1 inch adapter. This is not really, I mean, you don't want to be breaking off anything with major pressure with this, but I already loosened it up with the breaker bar, so let's get to it. Good old Ryobi. Can't go wrong. And do our thing. There you go. Not bad. That's how you get it out. Okay, I'm gonna be using an assortment of tools to get this job done. Got my puller right here, and this is by no means a high quality puller. Got me a little motivation for it. Couple of motivations. This here is a ball joint, you know, not necessarily a puller, but it helps you to break ball joints. I don't really want to use this because what I don't like about this is it does mess with the rubber seals on joints. So this is like a last resort. Hopefully I can get it with this here and one of these two pieces of motivation. So let's get to it. So here's what we're going to be dealing with right here. See, it's nice and rusty, letting us know, hey, I'm nice and rusty. But we'll see if the Ford beats me today. So far, I'm winning. First things first, let's blast this off. I'll tell you one thing, working on my lifted truck is much easier. This is tight quarters down here. Well, that wasn't too bad. Let's see what we got. Whoa, forgot that other side. Ooh, that would bang me in my head. Let's sit that down. All right, let's get the puller on. Let's get that puller on. These are tricky too, because they got different kind of hooks. I'm gonna go with these the bigger side, which is, let's see if I could show you that. So there's one side, and the other one is a little bit smaller. See there, it's a little bit smaller. Anyway, can't get that to focus, but you see it. I'm gonna try the bigger side first. See if I can get that on. And latch him down. Let's latch him down. And this has a little, there's actually underneath here, see that? Yeah, right in there, there's like a little indent. And what fits in that indent is this little nipple that's at the end of this thing. See a little nipple right there. Gosh, I wish the thing would focus, I can't tell. Sorry about that. But anyway, that little dot there is a nipple. You're trying to get that inside of the nipple that's on that bolt, because it's made to be pulled with a puller like this. But like I said, this is a cheap puller, so they don't always work out well. See if we get lucky. Screw that on. With a little bit of patience, you can get him on there. There we go. Got it in there. Make sure it's secure. So let's see. Let's see what we got here. I'm gonna need to concentrate. Let me crank on this baby. There he goes. There he goes. A little banging is all it took. All right, that wasn't too bad. Not too bad at all. This BD diesel unit is a real nice unit, and I remember I said earlier that it wasn't as strong, but this thing is actually pretty solid. This little piece here, this whole bar is pretty dang solid. So I don't know. I think it's the quality is really good. I'm just worried about getting this into that draw bracket, so we'll see how that goes. For comparison purposes, there's the old versus the new. And it looks like I need to lengthen that. But I think I'd rather lengthen it on the truck. Might be easier to get in. For now, I might try to make it the same length as that one. We'll see. Let's try to get it on. So the first thing I'm gonna try to do is put the new track bar on here and put the nut loosely on just to hold that part, because that bar is really heavy. And then I'll go over here and struggle with getting it put in there into that drop bracket. So that's the plan. Let's see how it works out. And I will say, kids, it pays to eat your Wheaties when you're doing this kind of work, because these parts on a diesel truck are heavy if you're gonna be doing it by yourself, which I do most of my work by myself because it's hard to find people available when you're ready. All right, I got that end that's holding it in here, and let's see what this is gonna do. Whoa. Yeah, just as I thought. It's not. Okay, putting that up is not gonna work. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to lower the truck back down and put the wheel on, and then I'm gonna do is try to use the jack to push that track bar up into the track bar bracket. So we'll try that out and see see how that works, because that thing is not going on by hand. As you saw, it's kind of tight. So let's try that. Okay, let's see what we can do to get that track bar back on. All right, well, remember what I said about being able to do it on your own. Sometimes you need to get help, so I had to get the help of my son. Here we're gonna, I'm gonna have him man the jack while I try to kind of line this little bar I got to help me push that track bar into the drop bracket. So let's see if it works. Here we go. Okay, I'm back down here. My son is in position to man the jack. And this, I got this beam, you can't really see it, but let me see if you can see it right here. But I got this little bar. I'm gonna try to basically put the track bar in there and put this bar underneath it and then use the jack to push it in. We'll see how that works. Let's give it a shot. Okay, now jack it up slowly. Slowly. There we go. There we go. A little bit more. There we go. Stop. Stop. Now pull it towards you. Okay, now go back up. Start going back up again. And make sure you're pulling it, kind of pulling it towards you as you go. this. It's going in there real slow. Nice and steady. There he goes. Nice and steady. Sometimes you just gotta be patient with this stuff and find a way. When you don't have the right tools, you just make do with something. Yeah, there it goes. All right, let me take a look. All right, we'll give it a nice, real slow. I'll tell you when to stop. Okay, stop. Right there. Now let's take a look at, see how it's lined up. Yeah, it's off a little bit, so we're gonna try to turn the steering wheel and see if we can get that to move and get lined up. So that's the trick, is when you have your wheels on the ground and you turn them, that thing does line up a little bit. So let's try it. We rolling. All right, so I'm gonna turn it and then let me know if that thing is going the right way, because it should be going that way. Which way is it going?
It's like, yeah, now it's going the right way. Yeah, it's in.
Push it all the way in.
It's only in a little bit.
Push it all the way in.
Okay.
Is it all the way in?
Yeah.
So it looks like that worked out. That's pretty straightforward. All right, so that went in pretty easy. I'm gonna get back down there and we're just gonna button everything up and then adjust it. And I'm gonna show you what I mean, why it's easier to have this BD diesel bar where you can adjust it on the truck, because it makes this a whole lot easier. Let's get to it. Alrighty, then we're gonna button this up, put this screw on. We're gonna have to jack this up and take that wheel back off to get this on tight. For now, we'll just put it on and use the impact, good old Ryobi, to get this one on here. Go ahead and knock that out. Easy. Oh, great. It's easy if you got the right socket. All right, let's try this 24. There it is. 24. There. Let's get it on. Okay, that was easy enough. Now I had to move the truck and go to some sort of shade. It was getting burning hot out there. So let's get back to taking this wheel off. All right, now I'm gonna go get my long bar and tighten this baby down. So it's turning a little bit on the back side. Let me get this out. Let me adjust this. Here we go. I'm cranking down on it. And you'll feel it when it feels like, not like that. Get back on there. A little more difficult when you're doing it by yourself. And I already let my son go. I think I can get this though. The heck? Maybe. Let's get in there. There we go. It's cranking. It's cranking down. All right, let's give her another one. Yeah. Okay, we got everything good to go, ready to put this wheel back on. That might be better. let's get it. There we go. Use the bottom foot to hold that in. Start threading the bolts. All right. Okay, I'm back under the truck. So again, you see this, I'm gonna go by this little space that's on this. There's the bump stop, and this is right above it. I know it's a weird angle, but right here, just on the frame rail, between there and the spring, I'm gonna be looking at this distance here. And I'm gonna go to the other side to show you how it's different over there. So it's really close on this one. Let's go check out the other one. Okay, now we're on the other side. And again, I apologize for the bad angle, but there's really no good way to get in there. What I have, this is my phone, but you see how my finger, you see that? It's a lot longer between there and then the other side. So I'm gonna adjust it and try to get those distances to match. Now, of course, this doesn't take the place of a good alignment, but it'll get you close enough by eye if you can get these two things to line up. That's what I found anyway. So I'm gonna be turning this basically to get that lined up, and then we'll look at the results and see how close we can get. All right, well, just gonna start cranking on this bolt. Nothing really fun here, so roll the beat. Okay, I'm gonna check the other side real quick. It is moving. So let's see what it looks like over here. I think it's time for me to break out the tape measure. Be right back. Okay, right there is where I measured. If you can see where that 4 3/8 is on that line, I measured from there across, and kind of how I knew it was in the right places. I got the blade. There's like a little shaft inside where that bump stop is, so I got it riding along that and over here, so that I kind of got an equal distance on each side. Again, this is just eyeballing it. This does not substitute for an alignment, but this will get you in ballpark, like I said earlier. So that's how I did it. All right. All right, well, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. As you see, it's not too bad. I mean, today was hot, so it drained me a little more than normal, but putting it on, had to get creative a couple times. But like I said, at the end when I was adjusting that track bar, you see how easy it is for me to dial it in while it's on the truck. If I had to keep taking that track bar head off, twisting it and putting it back in there, you can already see how troubling that would be. So this is a BD Diesel track bar. Finished part 2. We're done. Time to move on to something else. I think the next thing I'm gonna do is possibly get rid of these chrome bars down here. I don't really like the way those look. And the amp research, which I have on my lifted truck, are very expensive. So I seen some black bars on Amazon that I might take a look at. They're a lot cheaper, and I think they're gonna look better overall until I get some amp research, amp steps way down the road. Anyway, it's your boy OD from Mad Trucks, finished with the track bar install. I'll catch you in the next video. If you want to see more videos like this and see how I fix up this F350 and follow me for the journey, go ahead and like this video, subscribe so others can see it, so share it, and I'll be back at you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.